Hello, I'm Ken Fobb. This is NewsNet, Baton Rouge. Grab a tea or coffee as I go with you headlines and news from our local area and region. The city of Baker will soon be creating a fire prevention bureau. At its meeting on Tuesday past, the Baker City Council voted unanimously to introduce an ordinance that would create the Baker Fire Prevention Bureau to be operated within and through the Baker Fire Department. The federal government basically requires cities these days to establish fire prevention bureaus in order that they may receive favorable points toward their fire ratings. These points can be used to calculate and lower property insurance rates for both businesses and homeowners in the city of Baker. Currently, the city of Baker has a number 2 rating, which is good, but Assistant Fire Chief Keith Pease says they wish to maintain the 2 rating and hopefully make it better. Once the Bureau is finally created, the city will promote Tommy Smith to coordinate the Bureau. Among other things, the Bureau will be involved in education, monthly fire drills in Baker public and charter schools, will work with teachers to develop a fire prevention curriculum, and the Baker Fire Prevention Bureau will be authorized through the Baker Fire Department to conduct fire and hazard inspections within the city limits on behalf of the Louisiana State Fire Marshal's Office. The Baker Fire Prevention Bureau will not cost any additional money from Baker's budget, according to Mayor Darnell Waits. Baker citizens and the Baker Council received a report from Mr. Richard Byrd, who is Assistant Director and Operations Manager for the East Baton Rouge Parish Animal Control and Rescue Unit. The city of Baker does not maintain its own animal control, but contracts with East Baton Rouge Parish for these services. Mr. Byrd informed the public that if they have improperly cared for horses or other animals within the city, animal control should be contacted directly and in writing by concerned citizen or by calling 225-774-7700. For instance, if a horse or other animals are staked on a piece of property or roaming free with no known owner or happen to be improperly cared for, animal control can in most cases pick up such animals. It is reported that Livingston Parish will receive $5.3 million in federal funding in order to elevate 88 homes that were damaged during the 2016 flood. This money is part of a $300 million federal mitigation fund that has been secured by Louisiana's congressional delegation. These homes will be elevated above what is called the base flood elevation in order to come into compliance. The $300 million is part of the overall $3 billion in federal funding for Louisiana flood protection and drainage improvements. Also included in this amount is approximately $1.4 billion for the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers projects, such as the Comey River Diversion Canal. And as well as $55 million will be dedicated to cleanup and clearing of 350 miles of Livingston Parish creeks, rivers, and bayous. The BRQ Seafood and Grill restaurant, which recently received the Best Barbecue Award by the 225 magazine for the 2nd year in a row, has suddenly closed its Denham Springs location. An email sent recently stated, quote, "While this is incredibly difficult, there are many opportunities being presented to our restaurant group that cannot be passed by." Management went on to ask everyone to continue to visit its flagship BRQ Seafood and Grill location in Baton Rouge on Jefferson Highway. A Denham Springs native by the name of Justin Ferguson opened this company's Denham Springs location in September of 2018, just over 1 year after opening its flagship Jefferson Highway location in June of 2017. Finally, in Port Allen, crews have begun construction on a new solar plant in West Baton Rouge that will supply power for Entergy. Workers officially broke ground on the new Capital Region solar plant, a 50-megawatt solar plant by Depcom Power. It will contain 187,000 solar panels, and the facility will be built on 560 acres near the city of Port Allen. Once complete, it will generate approximately 350 jobs during construction, and it will bring approximately $6.4 million in tax revenue to the surrounding region over the next 30 years. These have been headlines and news from our local area and region. I'm yours truly, Ken Fobb. I'll see you next time right here on NewsNet, Baton Rouge. Have a safe and great weekend.